Hi, everybody. I am Lady Stars on Fire. This is Breaking the Cage, and this is the energy forecast for February 2nd through February 9th. Now, technically, I'm doing this on February 1st, so I'm doing it on Chinese New Year. Now, that has a lot to do with the energy of this week, but it's not just this week. It is giving us a glimpse into the energy of the year as well. Not to mention, we have, believe it or not, we have like eclipse creator energy going on as we're building to the end of this week, actually for February 11th. And I'm going to explain that when I get into the astrology, because there is not an eclipse. But what I'm being given from spirit is that form of an energy. That's the way we would perceive it. Now, yes, this is Breaking the Cage, and let me just tell you, I don't know how else to make this video other than well, I'm going to be showing my age here, and I'm going to be showing you a little bit of my crazy life, because the only way I know how to make this video and to bring it to you on the level that it needs to be brought is to give it to you the way spirit is giving it to me. Now, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you've heard me say that my guides tend to keep me all up in cartoon land. And that's part of the reason for that is because as a shaman, I deal with some really dark and harsh energies. So they keep it in the cartoon land to make it a little bit more light so that I don't take it so seriously that I end up causing myself problems. Now, with that being said, I'm going to show you just how crazy they really are. Because what they're giving me, what they're giving me for this week is, where's my paperwork? Is understand it is Chinese New Year, and this is coming into the year of the tiger, but it's a water tiger. Now that is very important. But what they give me with the Chinese New Year and the water tiger, and it's funny because they give me from our past, from our world, 3D reality. Go back to the 60s. Go back to the energy of the 60s and everything that was going on in the 60s. Not just the peace, happy, love, not just the freedom fighters, not just anything along that form of a line, but all of the controversy that was going on during the 60s as well. And then they mix it into the cartoon land, because that's when they turn it around and they go, Scooby Doo. They go, Scooby Doo, forget Scooby Doo. They're like, but what I want you to look at is the mystery machine, the van. And then they give me Fred Jones. Fred Jones. And what I hear from that is the mystery machine. I see Fred Jones, and I hear the motorcycle start up from that song, Leader of the Pack. This is, like I said, I live in cartoon land. This is the way that they talk to me. So we're looking at the fact of, let's mix the 60s with the mystery machine. But Fred Jones is the leader of the pack. Not alone with the fact that we're going into the Chinese New Year. We're going into the year of the tiger, water tiger. And then what they give me, I'm sorry, but this is the way it works. Welcome to my life. This is a normal day in my life. Then they give me, how do I say it? Mercury retrograde is coming out of retrograde on February 3rd. So more or less in 2 more days. And they give me that mystery machine again. And what they're saying is, mystery is that foot. Everything is shrouded right now. Everything is hidden, but it's right in front of your eyes. It's right there. So what they're telling you, long story short, is this year is coming into the eye of the tiger. It's the eye of the tiger. Do you have the eye to see the shrouded, hidden mysteries? Remember, in Scooby-Doo, it's always trying to understand, discover, and get to the bottom of the mystery, but the mystery is always the lie that's being told. There's never the monster. So what we're looking at is, who really is the monster? Who really is the lie? Where are you in denial? And are you able to see with the eye of the tiger? Is really a part of what we're looking at as we approach this week, but also this entire year is where they're directing this energy. Let me see if I missed anything out. Yes, because it's like mystery is at foot. You are not seeing everything. However, it is all being shown right in front of you. Not to mention, like I said, Mercury retrograde is going to go direct. Now, that doesn't make the communication upfront, bold, and all honest. When it comes out of retrograde, it goes into shadow, which means it's still looking at the darker aspects. And whatever you haven't seen, even though it's been right in your face, it's about to splat all up in your face. So you're about to get, the beneath the belt bird's eye view is what I just heard them say. You're about to get whatever it is that you have been in denial of and not been seeing, unless you're doing your work, and then you're going to be going in the right direction. This is shrouded energies that are showing themselves and directing you in the right way if you have the courage of the tiger. Okay? Let's look at the water tiger. The water tiger is speaking to you of being underwater within the relationships and underwater within yourself, the relationship with yourself. This isn't just water. You got to understand, we're looking at it from a esoteric point of view. So water is speaking of our emotional stance, but it's also speaking about your underwater. It's speaking about the relationships and the truth and the things that are being said and what are not being said. What is also being kept in denial, and how long can you continue to play that game? Because the tiger also speaks to you in general about family-oriented and information, strength, courage, independence, beauty, but the shrouded perception, seeing what is hidden, being able to see through the sneaky. And what Spirit gives me at the end of all of that, like I said, they're making me show my age here. They're making me show my age because they take me back to Wayne's World, if you've ever seen Wayne's World. And in one of those ones, there's the ending of the movie where they're going, doo, 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 and it's the Scooby-Doo ending. Again, are you seeing the mystery? But what they're giving me with that doo-doo-doo, Scooby-Doo ending is you're creating your own reality. You are setting the foundation right now because we are setting the foundation. It's the melting pot, the molding pot of the divination and where you're going to be taking it. This is all happening right now, and a lot of it is going to hit you hard and be right up in your face, especially if you've missed anything that you need to be seeing while we go through this Mercury shadow as it's going direct. Is there anything else here? Because you're creating your own reality. You are creating your own divination. It is all within you, but do you have the power to believe in you and the courage to do what the heart and soul needs? Because like I said, they are saying also that family oriented, that strength, that courage, that independence is all being directed towards, what is important. What do you value? What do you value? When you get down to the freaking nitty gritty, what do you value? What is important? And within the soul family, what do you value and what do you don't? Because this is all about setting the foundation. This is all about building upon good bones, not falling apart, bad, broken up, brittle bones. And releasing what shouldn't have been there for probably a long time and having the courage to do it. This is what a lot of this whole energy is about. Now, hold on, I'm making sure I got my notes all up in here right. Like I said, this whole energy is the eye of the tiger. It's also the time of the revolution, because what they keep giving me is the song, fire in the water. But it's smoke. It's smoke in the water, fire in the sky is what they keep saying, which for me automatically takes me back to I Ching, which is 49, which is in I Ching, the revolution, which is the molting pot again. So this is again setting the setting the divination by understanding what are you stirring, what are you manifesting, what truths are you not seeing because you are creating your own reality. And if you don't want to be, this is all coming down to acknowledging you are the king or queen of your own kingdom. And if you don't like it, then change it. This is the time. Take that action and be the eye of the tiger and call those energies back to you and know that you got this. You got this. Um, mm, 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 mm. All right. This whole week, when I get into astrology, is building up to a yod on the 11th of February. But I'm not even going to be getting into astrology the way most astrologers are, because when I'm looking at it, I'm only seeing what Spirit's telling me to see. It's like they're taking the whole rest of it away. And what they show me is reminding us that Capricorn is fully loaded. Capricorn is on a universal scale. It is the 10th house. Now, no matter what house it is for you in your actual house, on a universal level, it is still in those energies, and it is the outer world. It is the authority of the outer world. And where does that outer world have authority within your life? How much authority have you given it to have over you and your life? We're still talking about Pluto being here, and I say all the time, for me, Spirit says Pluto is, though I walk through the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I am Spirit, I am source energy, and I create my own reality. So there's nothing about my own darkness to be afraid of. Venus is still here, which is speaking to you about your value, way about your values. What do you value within the outer world, and what part of that outer world supports what you want to see within your life? And then where are you going to let that go? We're talking about Mercury, which is coming out of retrograde, but going into shadow, into the outer world again. And then you also have Vista here. Vista is key, but when I get further into the astrology, I'm going to speak about that. And Mars is here. Now, Mars is not getting along with the South Node. The South Node is everything that you're really good at, but it's no more good for you. And it's in the 8th house of Scorpio. Scorpio is the revolution itself. It is life, death, rebirth. It is the mystery of life. Scooby-Doo. Mars is not getting along with Scorpio's South Node, meaning there's parts of your life that you've known throughout all of your life you'd prefer to hold on to instead of stepping into the true new reality of what you can be creating. There's parts of it that you still fear. And this is why you might have trouble taking action in this time. But this is why it's important for you to take the action. It is also not getting along with Chiron, which sets new beginnings, because that's in Aries, a new beginning, new healing. But what it is getting along great with is Uranus, your independence, your individuality, your uniqueness, your freedom. It is coming into your power, reclaiming your power. So this is saying, if you don't get psyched out this week and you don't let this year's mystery and shrouded energy psych you out, you can come back into your power. You can reclaim everything you've ever desired. But this has to do with, are you afraid to face yourself and see where you can grow into? All right. You also have the South Node, which is getting along great with Neptune. Again, Neptune is your magic. It's the spirit. It's where are you willing to take your spirit energy? Where are you willing to take the magic from within inside of you? But the magic's sitting in Neptune in the 12th house. Grief, sorrow, shame, blame, insecurities, denial. Pisces is a great area for you to deny it, hide it. Let me drink and party and forget about it, and then never actually get anywhere, because I'd rather just enjoy than to do something about it. This is kind of the energy when Neptune's here. It's where fantasy smacks you in the face with harsh reality. But Neptune is your magic. So if you're facing it and you're, taking the long drive here, you're playing the long game, then you can get everything you desire and you want. But like I said, Scorpio, that South Node is saying there's parts of you that you'd rather not have to face. There's parts of you that would be easier to be in denial over. That Neptune energy is not getting along with Lilith, which then Lilith is in communication, your communication house of Gemini in the third house, and then it's not getting along with Saturn, setting the proper rules, laws, and boundaries, which are in the outer world. All right. This means this little conjunction mess what I gave you is like a chain reaction, is the way Spirit gives it to me. And what the meaning of all of that is, that South Node talking to Neptune in not positive ways, Neptune talking to Lilith in not positive ways, and then Lilith talking to Saturn in not positive ways either, is more or less asking you, are you working from courage, or are you working from vindictive energy? Like, I have to manipulate to get what I want. Do you have to be sneaky in order to get what I want? Or can you be in your power, courageous, and just say, no, I'm not going to let you have that. I'm not going to let this take place anymore. Are you coming into your power, or are you coming into that lion being backed up in the cage, which is ready to roar and getting vindictive? Because if you're going down the vindictive level, then this is not coming out right. Lilith here in Gemini is asking you what you burn for. I've been saying this for a long time. What is your whole point of being here? What do you burn for? Where's your soul energy? Where's the soul fire? Speaking to Saturn, setting the rules, the walls, and boundaries against the outer world so that it works for you, not for them. These are saying that these are challenging moments, but if you have the courage to face it, you can be rewarded. Now, you also have Venus and Vista, which is in that 10th house, which is getting along great with Sirius, not the Sirius star, Sirius. And Sirius speaks to you of what you nurture and what you neglect. Venus speaks to you about what you value from the outer world. Again, what does the outer world bring to the table for you? Not the other way around. What does the outer world bring to the table for you? And are you playing with the outer world properly to where it is working for you? Are you doing it from the heart and soul of what you desire, what is valuable? Are you bringing it home to the family because you're doing it from the heart and soul? Are you doing what you need to be doing? Because if you can't be the best you can be, then do you think you're being the best you can be for the family, for your friends, for your relationships? You have to love you enough to say when I've had enough, and the outer world don't get to push me around because I need to have these things work this way. You get where I'm going? What do you value? And see, Venus, I've said it a million times, is not love. She speaks to you about your sensitivity, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. She tells you when it feels good and when it feels horrible. She tells you why it feels good and why it feels horrible, when it's hurt you and you should notice it, and when something is good and yes, you want more of it. But the thing is, she's sitting there with Vista. Vista is the freaking keys. That's what Vista is. It's the soul fire itself, but it's sacrificing commitment and the need to know what you're sacrificing and committing to and why and for. And when you're using that correctly, it gives you the doors to perception, bringing us right back to the eye of the tiger. So it's giving you the keys to the very door. And it's talking to Sirius. These two energies are. Sirius is asking you, what are you nurturing in your life and what are you neglecting? Are you nurturing the right things? Is it time to stop neglecting certain things? Because the keys to the perception and the keys to the door and the eyes of the tiger are all right there in front of you. Just are you willing to see it? And if you're not, when Mercury's in shadow, you can pretty much bet it's going to show you what you're avoiding. I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Also, I want to make sure that you know I'm going to start doing the homework family readings probably tomorrow, which is every zodiac sign. Might take me a couple days to get through them all, but they will start coming out shortly, so keep your eye out for them. Bye, everybody. Much love.